This is the Flowerevolution series, My Life in Flowers, and today I'm going to talk about when I first started doing consultations. I started doing consultations when I moved back to the United States in Phoenix, and I was seeing them at this beautiful place called The Farm. This lush property with acres of pecan trees and farm-to-table restaurants, and we had chickens. We had chickens running around all the time. It was great. I painted the walls in bright colors, and we had Chinese furniture in my office, and there was a giant papasan chair, and all my clients would come and drape themselves in the papasan chair. And we talk about what's working in their life, what's not working, where they want to go, what their goals were, and I would customize a flower essence blend for them. What I wanted to share was that people of all walks in life would come to see me, entrepreneurs, CEOs, mamas, students, all kinds of people. And what they had in common was either that there was something they were suffering, they were really struggling with, and they wanted a solution, or their lives were awesome, they were great, and they just wanted more. So like, for example, I remember as a businessman and investor in properties, and he was investing in this project in Costa Rica many years ago. And he was like, my life is great. I don't know anything that's not going right. Like, he literally couldn't think of a thing. I just know there's more, he said. And I did notice that it was really hard for him to put his cell phone down. Like, he had to be answering all the texts and calls even during our session. And I was like, next time we meet, maybe you should leave that out in the car and just see what that feels like. Fast forward a couple months of regular flower essence use. He came back from a trip from Costa Rica, booked an appointment with me, and said, you know what? I did what you recommended, and I've been turning off my cell phone more often. And he said, I think it's actually brought me more business, and this practice of taking flower essences is bringing me more business, because instead of me being in this position of feeling like I need investors and I need to put these deals together, I'm just kind of sitting back. And he said, I turned my phone off when I took my last trip to Costa Rica, and when I came back into the States, I had 3 messages on my voicemail of people wanting to invest in my project. So he directly attributed the flower essences to being able to have him like chill a little bit with the phone and detach and then get more business. Of course, there were also people who were really struggling, who had major challenges, and we would see shifts extremely fast within a month or 2. And then their whole lives would change after that point. So we usually say, like, in the first month, you experience some ease. After about 4 months of regular use, you start to see the outside world reflect something back different to you. You literally start to experience reality differently after 4 to 6 months, and things really shift then. Maybe you get a promotion, maybe you exit a relationship, maybe you start a new relationship, maybe you get new friends, maybe you boot out old friends. Something starts to shift in your life. So this process of meeting with clients over and over was so meaningful, and I started to take before and after photographs. And what I realized was that their faces totally changed, their body language changed. I knew their story changed, but it was remarkable how much their faces were changing. And even within 3 weeks, you can tell people start to sort of reverse age when they're using flower essences. It's phenomenal. And it got to this point where I was like, I cannot keep this quiet anymore. If I keep this quiet, I mean, those would be a disservice to the world. And I added up how many clients I could see in the rest of my life if I didn't take any vacations, and it was something around like 76,000 clients, and it just wasn't enough. I wanted to reach the whole world with this. I wanted everyone to have that experience of being able to peel off these layers of things that are holding us back and really embody our greatest, most fearless, beautiful selves. And so after 10 years of consultations, I started making flower essences that could be sold. And from there, I developed a 6-month transformation program called the Flowerevolution, which is releasing a new elixir every month that everyone can take together. So what I learned from my 20,000 plus hours of working with people one-on-one is that everybody is struggling with something. Everybody is suffering with something. There isn't one person whose life is perfect who doesn't experience some kind of heartache or irritation or is bugged or plagued or struggling with something. Every one of us has something going on. And the other thing that I learned really important from this 20,000 hours of doing consultations was that flower essences work for everyone. In the book, in this particular chapter, there are 15 common experiences that everybody goes through when they start taking flower essences, if that's something that you're interested in. And we also have a video of people sharing their stories, which is super compelling.